Hello everybody, welcome to the early joiners to the grand finale of the Contenders Clash tournament. It's been hang on, I'm trying to find I'm trying to find my ABS. I was going to turn the message off. There we go. Yeah, it's been an interesting tournament. It's been a few unfortunate circumstances with players like Cool not being able to carry on finishing the tournament. Obviously, we had him as a top seed. Nevertheless, we have our finalists, grand finalists, I should say, of Saymyname versus TakeawayBongo. Saymyname we did have as, I'm pretty sure, as our second seed. I'd actually have to check the seedings. I think Bongo we may have had 4th or 5th, but he's managed to fight his way through the losers bracket into the grand final, and he will face up against Saymyname. I think he did actually lose against Saymyname earlier in the tournament. I think it was Saymyname who knocked Bongo down into the losers bracket in the first place. Let me just double check that, so I'm not just talking rubbish. Yeah, I was just trying to find the link to the tournament bracket. Here we go. Should have probably had a look at this before starting the stream to jog my memory. But yeah, I guess we can have a look through the bracket, see how it went up until this point. Just waiting for... Yeah, the guys are both in the Discord. They will start the draft shortly, and I will get the draft as soon as we have that. But yeah, I'll just have a look through how the tournament went. Like I said, for anyone who's actually looked at this, the reason there's so many -1s here is because we wanted to give the top 6 players a seeding advantage by advancing 1 round, but we couldn't really get challenged to set that up properly, so we had to do this as our sort of roundabout way of doing it. So it's a little bit untidy, but it made the rest of the tournament make sense. Let's have a look. So yeah, Bongo, yeah, did play Saymyname. Actually, his first game literally was Saymyname versus Bongo. Saymyname went on to take out Unrestricted, and then Mini Yeti as well advanced his way through. And because he was the winner of the winners final, he will actually start with a 1-game head start. So it's a best of 9, but it's already the tournament. The series, that's the word I'm trying to look for, will start 1-0 in Saymyname's favour. That's just his little advantage for winning the winners bracket, whereas Bongo advanced through the losers. So yeah, Bongo faced up against KT, Bob. Unfortunately, like I said earlier, Cool dropped out of the tournament, so just got a default win there. And then what was a very close pair of series between Unrestricted and Bongo, and then Yeti and Bongo, both games going the full distance. So Bongo definitely earned his way into the final hit. But yeah, thanks for all the other guys. I know I didn't get to cover all the sort of first round losers bracket games. There was just quite a lot of games going on with all the Rise of the Ancients division games, as well as all the games going on here, and I've basically ended up casting them most of myself, and I didn't quite have time to do all of them. So apologies for missing some of these. I think pretty much all of the winners bracket games did get covered, I believe. I think there was a couple that I missed just because for some reason I couldn't find replays of the files. I feel like, yeah, I tried it for this series here, and maybe one of the other series. I think maybe this series here I couldn't find the replay files, and then by the time we sort of could have sorted out, the game version of the game changed and you can't play replays from older game versions. It looks like we do have the draft, the maps about to go, so I will just grab that real quick. Ooh, I just got literally just in time. So it'll be interesting to see the approach from each player. I think Saymyname has had a tendency to pick the more open maps with things like Sahara, Oasis, the occasional plateaus. Bongo does ban out plateaus, and Continental is banned by Saymyname. Though Saymyname has also picked things like Inside Out in the past, although it's actually been punished quite a bit on that map. I feel like I think it's Saymyname that's tried to pick the Hittites on Inside Out quite a few times. Tried to go for that first bronze and then got punished by Slinger Rushes. But yeah, Gold Mountain, Dark Forest, an interesting one picked up by Bongo. One of my favourite maps, Ocean Ring, is picked by Saymyname. And there we go, there is the Sahara map, that more open map. Inside Out and Citadel are still in the pool, and indeed Inside Out does get picked here. And Oasis, there we go, the other more open map. I'll be interested to see if Bongo does pick Citadels or he goes for another, like a more hybrid map here. And he goes for Inland, an AOE1 Classic. And Muddy Waters for the last map. And like I said, it's a best of 9. First map will be Highland, but because Saymyname starts with 1-0 head start, if we go the full distance, one of these maps won't actually get chosen. But obviously we still had to have it so both players picked the same number of maps to keep that even. And I can't actually remember how the drafting works for this last one. I think it's no bans. Okay, first pick is hidden, so players can pick the same pick, but then there's no bans, and then 8 picks per player. So, like I said, we did get those more open maps from Saymyname. I'm quite surprised he went for Ocean Ring. I feel like that's not a map I've really seen as a go-to for Saymyname. I know Mini Yeti picked this map in quite a few of his series, as he had a few different strategies he liked to try and employ on that map. That's one of the reasons I quite like Ocean Ring, is there's quite a lot of different approaches to it. It feels like it's not a map that's really been fully figured out yet, and we'll see that again today. Well, possibly. Like I said, it may not get picked, but then Inside Out, that closed map, no Citadels. That didn't get picked this series. Dark Forest can always be a little bit tricky. It's very easy to slip a forward villager in on Dark Forest and just make the game completely messy. Gold Mountain, I feel like we haven't seen this map too much in recent times, but it usually, despite all the gold being the middle map, obviously gold isn't actually relevant in AOE1 until later in the game. There's usually quite a lot of action in the earlier phases. Sometimes you can get quite easily wallable sections there. Actually, I'm just going to look up the Civ draft here, actually. So, yeah, okay, they just start that now. So we'll skip to this. And like I said, this first pick, both players can pick the same civilization. Ooh, Yamato and Latvia, interesting. So that means Shang is available for Saymyname still. Oh no, wait. Did we just give both civs Shang? Is this intended? I don't think this is the right draft. I could be wrong. I might need to double check. Because in the 1v1 championship, we did have it so both players just got given Shang at the start, but I thought we didn't. I thought that wasn't supposed to be the case for this one. Anyway, we'll just continue on the draft now, and I'll double check with the Akava that this is correct. In the meantime, like I said, with Latvia was the first pick and Yamato traded off. And Owens picked, I guess, just for that Ocean Ring map. Palmyran's an interesting early choice on Bongo. It feels like Palmyran's has risen quite a lot in the standings for a few players. Egyptians, possibly for that inside out map. Hittites again, maybe Saymyname trying to use the Hittites again for inside out. Carthaginians just a solid civ in general. And who have we got left? We've got the Romans, Phoenicians, Persians. Those are sort of the, I'd say, probably top 3 civs left over. And Phoenicians is going to be the one grabbed by Bongo here. And yes, we're actually going to end up drafting all the civs. Like I said, I'm a little bit confused because I'm pretty sure Shang is meant to be part of this draft. So I might have to check the handbook here. I'm hoping I'm not. I'm hoping I'm wrong here, and I'm just not remembering correctly. But I don't think this is the agreement we had for the civilization draft. So yeah, Romans and Persians were grabbed. Sumerians, then there are Assyrians and Babylonians. So that just leaves us with the Greeks. That finishes off the draft. But I am. Unfortunately, my ever-reliable admin as a carver has abandoned me in my time of need. Let me just double check. But yeah, I'm almost 100% sure Shang is meant to be in this. So apologies for what will be probably a short technical delay. Just give me. Sorry, I'm just gonna sort something out with the draft a few secs. I'll just be right back whilst we sort that out. Right, I'm literally just going to add the Shang back in myself. Because I'm pretty sure this is incorrect. Right. So yeah, I've just tweaked the draft settings, and hopefully we'll get back in. You can see now we've got the Shang in there now. Like I said, in the championship 1v1 that we held last year, we had it so that both players just got the Shang for free, and then drafted the rest of the civs. But I'm pretty sure that's not what we agreed this time. So I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm just gonna take the executive decision to add it in here, just so we can get on. Right, okay, yep, so sorry about that, everyone. Okay. They went Yamato Latvia again. Okay, then gets the Shag. Anyway, okay. A little bit of technical difficulties. It wouldn't be Age of Empires 1 without something going a little bit kooky. This time Bongo will get the Minoans though, as Saymyname prioritises the Shang, which isn't too surprising, and he still does pick his Palmyrans in that first set. And this means one civ will get left over. It's interesting that they sort of like didn't both go Latvia, both didn't go Shang, but Saymyname really valuing the Yamato. I think Saymyname is one of the biggest biggest proponents of people that try to go for the scout rush, and obviously Yamato, one of the strongest civs at doing that. Phoenicians actually picked quite a lot earlier in the draft this time. I guess maybe Saymyname thinking possibly now that he doesn't have the Minoans, he wants the Phoenicians for a slightly stronger map on the water. Macedonians picked up quite a lot early as well. Quickly picked up is then the Persians and Carthaginians as well. And so yeah, the Egyptians and Hittites were picked a lot earlier last time. So it's been interesting to see how just having that one extra civins like changed this quite a bit. Romans are picked up by Saymyname. And is he going to go for his Hittites that he grabbed before? I have seen, okay, there we go. I was going to say, I have seen Saymyname just go for the Assyrians. I'm not a huge fan of the civ myself, but Saymyname has said in the past he quite likes the civs. Sumerians and Chosen picked for Bongo. And like I said, it's kind of interesting that he has not picked the Egyptians this time. I wouldn't have thought having the Minoans would have stopped him from taking the Egyptians later on. But we'll see. Maybe he's decided to switch over to Sumerians or something for Inside Out. We'll see what the play is there. Babylonians and then Greeks or Assyrians are left. So it's actually the Greeks that get left on the sideline in the end. And yeah, like I said, Shang for Saymyname as well as Yamato. Interesting. Obviously, I do think Yamato is definitely, I'd say, the best of the rest, I think, after Shang and Latvia. So, not too bad that Saymyname picked that first, but little bit surprising that Shang didn't get put in the first two. Just that villager bonus, just so good. And I think a few players, the more advanced players, have like dropped Shang the priority a little bit, just because their start isn't as strong since we changed the team bonus, and they don't have like a power unit per se in the Bronze Age, and a lot of games do tend to go to the Bronze Age, but obviously it's still just a very powerful civ. And okay, looks like it's just going to be a case of setting up the lobby now, and then we can get on and actually get in the games and get this show on the road. Like I said, I just have a last little. I think I went actually over everything I wanted to in this, and then I cut over to the map draft. So yeah, I think we can get rid of that. Obviously, we're in the grand final here, and yeah, again, just for anyone that's just joining, Saymyname will start with a 1-0 game lead for being the winner of the winners bracket, and first map will still be Highland. So this is the draft that didn't count, and yeah, it's always a little bit hard to speculate about what will get picked on what map this earlier into the draft, just because there's obviously just so many variables. Also, like, pretty much all the civs have been selected. Like I said, the only one that didn't get chosen was the Greeks. Greeks normally only really get picked on citadels. Really, is the only map the Greeks really are ever considered. So bonuses only really apply in that Bronze Age. They do get the faster working TC in the Tool Age, but that's not really that big of a bonus at that stage of the game. It's normally quite hard to afford both villager production and military production in terms of food in the Tool Age, so it's not often that you can actually just keep continuous TC production going in the what can be very chaotic games in the Tool Age. A lot of the players going with forward barracks and the like. So we may just see the age-old Shang versus Latvia on Highland, but as I've said in series before, sometimes people like to try and sort of bait out a stronger civ and play one of their weaker civs in Highland, just to sort of like leave them the option of the better civs later on. Give yourself that a little bit more sort of flexibility. So yeah, like I said in the past, we tend to see quite a lot of chosen and occasionally like Macedonians and stuff like that on Highland. Civs that don't really have like massively strong ecos, they just have like some little, like the chosen with a little Tool Age power spike for their axes and stuff like that. Just have a little plays that they can do that sometimes can be enough to win you a game if your opponent's a little bit slow to get their stuff started in the first game. Still some last couple of questions from the players. I think the fact that it's a 1-0 head start to Saymyname is just caused a little bit of confusion. I think everyone's on the same page now. And like I said, they just send each other their connections, their pings. I think usually we end up on Central India servers, usually the one when it's European player versus a Vietnamese player. Obviously, TakeawayBongo from the Netherlands and Saymyname from Vietnam. I might actually put the little flags on Capture Age. I never usually bother, but just for this one occasion, since it's the grand final, maybe I'll add those in. Yeah, Saymyname. Yeah, it's going to be Central India. Just looking at these pings here. It's around 140-ish ping, which for that obviously isn't the best, but obviously for that distance between the two players isn't too bad. And like I said, the guys are just going to be setting up the lobby, and then we can get ourselves into game 1 of the series. And I think Saymyname should obviously have, well, maybe not an advantage, but I feel like a lot of people would probably expect Saymyname to be able to take this series hit. But Bongo has been playing quite well recently. Yeah, just like I said, just waiting for the guys to sort out their lobby, and then we can get away. I wasn't around for the games, but they're also, yeah, it's just a bot. Yeah, I could like get rid of it or whatever. I think it's like no harm, just don't click the link or whatever. Guys, yeah, highest bit. Saw you joined the Discord quite recently. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the I think it was the last game of the Centurion division of the Rise of Ancients division got played between, who was it that played it? Let me check. Mini Yeti versus Bongo. So kind of a repeat of the losers final, and I wasn't around. Oh yeah, it was Friday evening. I wasn't. I was doing stuff with friends that evening, so I couldn't cast it. But apparently there were some pretty wacky games. So I think during the week I will be casting that series. Maybe, I'm not sure. I think it'll either be Monday or Thursday, because I think I'm busy Tuesday, Wednesday. I think if I'm not doing anything tomorrow evening, I could probably do the cast X. Like I said, I think that was the last game that Mini Yeti said it was the decider for who actually won the Centurion division. Obviously, the result is already up, but I haven't seen the result myself. I tried to keep myself spoiler free, so that may be on the agenda sometime next week. And I think there's a handful of games from the other divisions to still play. I think I'm still supposed to be playing a game against Vidira GT, but he's unfortunately had a loss in the family recently. He's not been able to make the time to get his last few games in, so hopefully, condolences to his family. And hopefully we'll be able to see him again soon for those last few games. But in the meantime, looks like the guys are in the lobby. Yeah, obviously Highland for the first map. And I'm just going to say Shang versus Lakviat is going to be my guess for the first game there. I think for both players, we might just want to start out strong with their quite powerful civs. It's always nice to get your foot through the door, so to speak. And here we go, the players have launched the game. So I'll get us into the capture age view. And I'll mute the music, which is what I was trying to do there, but I misclicked. And we can let the games begin. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the grand final of the Contenders Clash. I hope you guys that have been following along have enjoyed the tournament so far as we come to the final conclusion. And funnily enough, both of those civs that I said are like off picks that sometimes the players like to pick, both the chosen Macedonians have been picked. So both players did what I was saying, but it's kind of funny that they both done it. So both players choosing some of their slightly lower down priority picks. And it's a nice little animated avatars there. I've not noticed that before. I don't know if that's new. But we'll get ourselves into capture age. So yeah, actually quite a slightly unusual spawn with quite a lot of the wood towards the edge of the map. This is... I don't feel like I've seen a spawn like this before. So yeah, slightly unusual spawn for the woodlines. But yep, TakeawayBongo on the Chosen. He's not built his granary yet for reasons, but he's sending a villager to the centre of the map already. And Saymyname on the Macedonians. And unfortunately, his granary is a little bit awkwardly placed right next to the wood. Like I said, this map seems to have a really heavy wood spawn on it. I feel like this is way more wood than I usually see. Bongo's already gone to those central elephant to grab both of those. Saymyname coming a little bit late to that. And he has done a classic one tile miss, but he'll find that because he's spotted the gazelle there. So if he doesn't choose to like look for his elephant, he'll push the gazelle anyway, and he'll probably find that. The other two central elephants slightly to the right hand side, so I think it's slightly unlikely that Saymyname will find him. That said, there is the Macedonians that do have the extra line of sight bonus. So maybe if Saymyname is persistent with searching, he may find this elephant. It's actually en route to it now. Oh yes, so thank you, Thaya. We'll do that right now. Yeah, it's just because it's recognising Bongo from the last series, so it doesn't reset. So I might do... Where's the flag? Flag. Oh no! What have I done? Vietnam. Netherlands. Nope, that's not flag. Nether. Right, let's get this reset. And we do have a 1-game head start for Saymyname. And I will get us back up to speed. So that should be all correct now. So yeah, it looks like we'll actually find both these elephant in the centre. I'm just going to do double speed just because obviously my little settings change there, a little pause. We shouldn't miss too much in the early game. But yeah, this is going to be, I think actually, this is one of the rare times where I'm going to prefer the Chosen in the early game. The Macedonians do have, like I said, the extra nice advantage of the extra line of sight, which makes exploration much easier. Best of 9. I'll get it right eventually, guys. I'll get it right eventually. There we go. If I missed anything else out, just tell me, guys. Just tell me. Thanks, Netquaker. But yeah, Saymyname found... It's not actually found this elephant yet, but he's found one of his there. Both players getting 2 from the centre. Obviously, Bongo's just like going straight to the centre and back. It's a little bit quicker, so I'll have a little bit more efficiency there. I said a little bit more idle time for Bongo. So it looks like we are back up to speed now. So, yeah, Saymyname very slightly ahead just from that idle TC time at the moment. Storage pit going up on the wood line next to Gazelle. Unfortunately, a whole bunch of those Gazelle go for a quick run. Another 1 tile slight miss on the elephant. I'm pretty sure he'll see it now. Or he'll just miss it by... There we go. Finds it again as he tries to shuffle these Gazelle. Oh, unless this is the forward villager already coming out. I don't see a forward villager coming from Saymyname just yet. It's 20 pop. And he clicks now. 29 seconds idle. 20 pop for Bongo as well. Just, yeah, waiting for that little bit of food to come in. And 10 seconds difference. Obviously... little higher idle TC time from these two civs just because they've got no eco bonuses. Makes it so you pretty much always have a little bit of idle TC time. Saymyname going with the double villager forward, and he is going to spot this villager for the Macedonian bonus. Bongo actually notices first though. Wow. Bongo's just got away with, I was going to say murder, but not literally there. But it may lead to murder. Barracks going up. But yeah, Saymyname. Obviously the villager was there, but he must have been paying attention to somewhere else on the map. Just house going up at the moment. Yeah, Saymyname, double villager forward. But obviously Bongo knows that Saymyname is coming forward. It's actually interesting that Bongo didn't sort of send another villager to try and sort of like maybe scout where that barracks would be. But both players pretty close to their opponents. Double barracks already coming down for Bongo. Clubber in the queue. First one's nearly about to pop out. Saymyname, like I said, 10-second advantage. to the tool age. Watchtower coming in straight away, that's interesting. It might be how much of that elephant has he got left. Maybe just for the wood line. We'll see where that goes because his berries are starting to run out. First clubber is out. Second barrack's already down for Saymyname as well. Techs coming in from the storage pit. Obviously, like I said, for the Chosen, those techs are cheaper. Actor has 5 more HP and 1 villager already down. I feel like that villager must have already taken some hits from the elephant. Because I swear I only got hit twice. Tower going to go up. Going to take down the clubman. So actually, those 2 clubbers actually go straight down for Bongo. So a little bit of pressure relieved there. Tower similarly on the wood line there, also protecting the gazelle. And the berry work is a little bit exposed for the time being. All the upgrades in for Saymyname. And likewise for Bongo, like I said, extra 5 HP for those Chosen axes. It's just going to be annoying. Try and take out the houses for the time being. I think, yeah, archery range is forward as well for both players, which both players are trying to switch into now. This tower is doing quite a lot of work for Bongo. It's covering quite a lot there. He has had to abandon the berries for the time being. House does go down. Bowman get a couple of shots on the villager. Darrison's in the TC though. Now the elephant has run out. There's 37 food on that last elephant, but obviously not safe enough to go and get it. Saymyname doing a similar ploy, just picking off those houses. So, yep, double forward, all in play from both players here. Bongo's actually managing to sneak in those extra villagers here, where Saymyname has been prioritising more on the military side of things. Saymyname will be able to grab the last bit of food, but another house is going to go down. Where is his? Unfortunately, his berries for Saymyname are both in a forward position. He's not actually seen those other ones there, but you're going to get in this common position in the tool age where everything gets really hectic, where you just start running out of natural food or raw food resources. And yeah, you have to get that market up. And then it's the question of if you have the wood economy available to get those farms set up. And Saymyname being forced to do that. Berries still left for Bongo as the gazelle do run out now. There we go. Because yeah, Saymyname never took his gazelle, whereas Bongo did. So he had a sort of longer lasting supply of food. So this is definitely going to give Bongo an edge. Yeah, you can see already just a huge villager lead. And looks like this is already going pretty nicely in Bongo's favour. Managing to switch into the slinger now. And here you can see he's floating a decent number of resources while Saymyname is on the absolute limit. Saymyname running away with the... Saymyname... Well, I guess... I got confused because, like, obviously he's kind of running away from the battle, but he's going towards his opponent with the bows. Both players sort of set themselves outside, camping outside the opponent's bases. A little bit of stone just for the slinger production in that. And I didn't think... Yeah, so stone mining isn't in yet. Oh yeah, obviously you had to spend a bunch of stone on the tower, so having to get a bit more stone in. Saymyname does manage to slip a couple of villagers round to the berries there, so we will get himself back on food. But yeah, he's been trying to get these farms set up, but they're just... Even though they're under the tower, obviously the ranged units can still pick away at the farmers. And I don't think there are any... I don't think... TakeawayBongo's even built a market yet, actually. I was going to say, obviously they can't get stone mining or woodworking without that building down. And okay, it's that one villager that was on the stone. Looks like it got picked off there, which does mean Bongo's going to have to take stone elsewhere. It has a stone at the back here. It does have 30 stone still in the bag though, so he can still make another 3 slingers if he wishes to. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of a fight here. I think Bongo has by far the greater number, although health-wise, yeah, there's just one bowman here just on 0. Well, not 0, obviously, but very low health. All his axe is quite low as well. Saymyname being feeling forced to run away again. But yeah, with the slingers in there, it's going to be very tough for the bows. Let's have a look. It's just a single slinger plunking away at the archery range here. But yeah, Bongo still that 7 villager lead, but he's way ahead on military count as well now. Woodworking is coming in for Saymyname, and that might give him a decent advantage if these bows. Might be able to micro the fight a bit more with that extra range in. But at the moment, just being forced to run away, like I said. And a couple of bows, or just a bow and a couple of axes, I should say, fighting off the berry workers. Okay, so market has gone up now for Bongo, sent himself up for the farm. And Saymyname did manage to pick off another Ville there. I think that was just that berry worker. I was kind of looking at the farms and everything, didn't quite see. Is he be able to pick this one up? I think this villager should be safe. But he's still running away. Woodworking is in now, so he does have +2 range on the slinger, so it is possible to try and like hit and run. Axe is kind of just taking free shots there. Does have the +2 armor in for his bows as well. We might see a little coming together of all the units here. Saymyname is managing to squeeze in an extra couple of villagers, but Bongo with a pretty nice edge so far in this game. And I don't know, I think Bongo probably doesn't realise how ahead he is on military. Actually, I say that, Saymyname is actually catching up a little bit. But like, I feel like Bongo could maybe have split his force up a little bit earlier and potentially, like, maybe a few slingers dive under the tower. He's still only have 4 slingers, that said. Stone mining does come in now. And yeah, he's gathering stone from the storage pit down here now. House is going to go down. That's actually Bongo's house that's going to go down. That actually is going to house him. So production will be temporarily limited. The villagers do jump inside the TC. Keep themselves safe. It is 2-1 in the military kills. Advantage for Saymyname, who's just got way more idle TC time. Like I said, just running out of that food earlier. And that's the problem if you don't get over those gazelle. You're just forced to forced to build those farms earlier. There's just quite a lot of wood investment. You want to try and delay that as much as possible. Just a new storage pit going down for a little bit faster working efficiency. And a handful of units ticking away. It'd be quite annoying for Bongo if Saymyname could find this stone villager. Obviously, you don't need much stone to supply slingers. That said, he's not really got the food to get more slingers out. There's a lot of blinking lights all over the map. Saymyname actually just clearing up the forward. I think that was the archery range here, and then maybe the couple of barracks going to be cleaned up now. But yeah, Bongo starting to stretch his villager lead again. 9 villagers ahead now. And yeah, both players just sort of cleaning their bases up. So the game may stabilise a little bit, but the score does not really paint the whole picture here. I think Bongo has a very large advantage. Obviously, with this much military on the field, the game could flip at any point. If a few villagers just get caught out of position, it's very easy to just lose a hand for them straight away. Saymyname is trying to push forward here. And like I said, does have the woodworking in. Actually, Bongo does have it in now as well. Villager just about getting away, but yeah, another villager went down at some point. I don't know, I guess maybe one of those villagers around on the farms may have done. Let's have a look. It's just the storage pit. There's a handful of units there. The granary potentially going up the berries there. And another, I think, bowman gets caught out. Bongo brings back a small force to form some form of defense. But yeah, KD has been an advantage of Saymyname, but yeah, Bongo he must be way ahead on the eco at this point. Yeah, 1,000 extra resources collected at this point. And we're going to see another little battle in the centre of the map here. Again, it's only a couple of slingers. Shouldn't be too effective against this number of bows. But yeah, 16 bows now. 32 military units for Saymyname. These bows are probably going to get picked off here, which is going to even the numbers out slightly. But Bongo's going to need to bring his units back. He might actually get his villagers caught out here. And Saymyname spots them now. Looks like Bongo hasn't noticed yet. He's going to just close the gap, open fire. Actually, in fact, yeah, berry workers here as well getting picked up, and this is what I was saying. It's so easy to lose those villagers in the blink of an eye. I think most of these villagers are going to get taken out. I think maybe 2 or 3 here may survive. He actually should turn around here. Saymyname kind of throwing away his axes. Obviously he's got a very large number of bows. Bongo kind of sat on the wrong side of the base here. He's not really in a position to defend this. About 11 eco kills now. There we go, villager count closing all the way up. Slingers are doing some good work, but very nice trade for Saymyname overall. Obviously still a slight lead for Bongo, but Saymyname bringing down the hurt. A couple more barracks goes down. Maybe that's going to be for slingers of his own. Doesn't have any stone yet, that said. Still, storage pit has gone up on the stone. Maybe that's just to grab the gazelle as well, though. Maybe it's for both. Hard to say at this point. Yeah, he hasn't added any villagers onto stone yet. Bongo has actually clicked Bronze Age. I was looking more at Saymyname's resources. Bongo's managed to get himself the food he needs. Like I said, he has had the stronger eco set up, but now the villager count is even. Bongo spending that 800 food to get himself to the Bronze Age. He still has a good number of military units, but we'll see if Saymyname can take another good fight here. Slingers are just very tanky against the bowman fire. Another couple of slingers coming in, so I think these are actually going to hold. See another. It's actually, yeah, reverse. It's actually only the one villager that does get caught out there, and Saymyname noticed a lot quicker. But they're just trying to put a house up. Saymyname needs to be careful of this fight. Okay, she's got a lot of bows. 5-4 slingers here. Axes flooding forward, trying to close the gap. Just acting as a meat shield more than anything. Still a few slingers alive, just a couple that said actually now. Looks like Saymyname is going to be able to win this fight out. But Bongo is now in the Bronze Age, only on 12 units, and he has plenty of gold. Yeah, he set himself up on gold nice and early. And I don't know where his stable actually is. There it is, just there. Only has the one stable, so he actually has quite a few resources. If he had another stable down, he could get a double cavalry pump going. But yeah, cavalry very strong against pretty much all the tall age units. Saymyname does have a good number of axes, and these axes still do the bonus damage to cavalry. So in smaller numbers of cavalry, axemen can deal with those cavalry. And yeah, it's just the one for the moment. I think he just needs to add in a few extra when he can. But Saymyname going into the Bronze Age as well now. He kind of needs to get as much damage in as possible before those cavalry units come in. We'll obviously as well. And yeah, I think this probably isn't the time for we go into storage pit. I guess he's trying to deny the gold. Yeah, no villagers left on gold actually. So in fact, that's actually pretty decent play. But he does have enough gold for 4 cavalry 1 and 3 in the queue. Yeah, it's just a storage pit there. I was just getting a little bit confused by that. But yeah, gold mining coming in for Saymyname. Obviously. Well, I was going to say Macedonians do have the stronger hoplites, but they're stronger because they resist conversion and have better pierce armor, which won't help necessarily against the cavalry. Obviously, 1-for-1 the hoplite's strong, but the cavalry has the mobility. Cavalry just looks like they're trying to get a couple of picks here, a little bit of a surround. Just probably pick off these couple of bows. Good massive bowman here though. And Saymayname's going to pull back for now. Oh, bows in at the back. Didn't see these guys wrap around. But with wheel in, okay, one villager does go down, but yeah, once the wheel in, it's so hard to actually pick off those villagers. But yeah, Bronze Age is in now for Saymyname. Only the 4 cavalry units on the field for Bongo so far. And it is okay, it's just going to go straight into hoplite. And like I said, the Macedonian bonuses don't really help against the Chosen that don't tend to play... Actually, I guess the Chosen do get the cheaper priests, but they don't tend to play ranged units, is what I was going to say. And obviously the hoplite is very slow before you can get to the Iron Age and get the aristocracy tech in. So the cavalry should have the run of play, but a couple of cavalry do come out for Saymyname. And if you can dive under the tower here, obviously these cavalry are pretty healthy. 5 villagers can hide in the tower, but the rest are going to be forced to run here. But yeah, that pesky wheel. It's so ridiculous how fast these villagers are with wheeling. It's silly, man. Look at them. They're just outrunning the cavalry. Yeah. But yeah, cavalry armor coming in. First on hoplite has managed to work his way over. He's just going to sit and chill though. A couple of cavalry units going for a bit of a raid here. Don't know if Saymyname... Yeah, it looks like he just already pulled his villagers. Does have a couple of cavalry units at home and a hoplite. So again, this is going to get pretty messy. All of Saymayname's leftover bows. Getting some good value here. And TakeawayBongo is a little bit open now at his base at home. And he just calls GG on the spot. Wow, okay. Yes. Yeah, the wheel, but I've been saying it since like the start of Return of Rome. I feel like wheel should be nerfed, but it just gives way too much speed. But anyway, Bongo got to the Bronze Age first, but like I said, he only had the one stable down when he first got to Bronze Age, and he couldn't really clear up those Tool Age units. And then he only had the 4 cavalry when Saymyname managed to advance, and just the leftover Tool army didn't have enough units to deal with that. And yeah, what a crazy game that was. It looked like Bongo was, like I said, in the driving seat. But again, like I said, all it takes is some of those villagers to just get caught out. And I think, yeah, I've got skipped a little bit too far forward here, but just these villagers here on the berries getting caught out, and that evened up the villager count fairly rapidly. Most of these berry workers just going to the damn hell. And that evened it up. TakeawayBongo did manage to get to the Bronze Age a lot earlier, but like I said, just only had that one stable. And then Saymyname, like I said, I felt like he should be pushing in, but he did manage to deny the gold from TakeawayBongo. And then he found the gold at the back here later on as well. And I mean, I guess the units did get back on, but yeah, just the leftover Tool Age army. Just Bongo just didn't have enough army on the field himself to defend everywhere, or I should say, both attack and defend. And yeah, Saymyname somehow squeaking that one out. I'm not really sure how. Because I feel like Bongo, I mean, Saymyname, yeah, had more resources collected at the end of the day. I guess just quite a lot of villagers forced idle in that last phase of the game. But yeah, Bongo was like 1,000 resources ahead at one point. So Saymyname doing a very nice job to come back in that one there. So Saymyname goes 2-0 ahead. And yeah, just to remind everyone, Saymyname got a free win. So he started 1-0 just from being the winner's bracket winner. So we go back to the draft real quick, just for everyone that's just joined the stream. So we did see the Macedonians managed to win out against the Chosen there. Obviously that means still a lot of power civs still in the pool. Ocean Ring is going to be the map we go to next. Interesting, that means that Bongo picked Ocean Ring as the map he wanted to play, so he's actually picked Saymyname's map here. He does have the Minoans, so maybe he just thinks, alright, I'll get my Minoans. Well, I was going to say Minoans win, obviously it's not guaranteed, but I feel like Minoans just are the strongest civ on that map. They can be a little bit vulnerable, I guess, to early land raids. If some people do try to go all in attacks on the land, sometimes you can just get a little bit unlucky though, and your opponent can just have like really easy crossings to defend on. Sometimes it's like they just have a wood line in front of their crossing, and they can just do a couple of dock blocks. Saymyname does have Yamato, but I feel like Yamato will want to be saved for either Oasis of Sahara. So what's Saymyname's maybe it is just the Phoenicians, like I said in the draft. Maybe the Ocean Ring pick there. And in fact, both guys are already in. And in fact, it is indeed the Phoenicians against the Minoans. So, go me. So, let's get ourselves into the next game. Straight up. And it looks like I've just come. Oh no, I was going to say it's the spectator timer finished, but I think it was just a little bit of delay in the game loading up. So yeah, Ocean Ring, Minoans against Phoenicians. I've said before, I think the Phoenicians can sort of keep up with the Minoans on water in like the first couple of ages, just because the Phoenician wood bonus applying to all the wood they collect just makes that bonus is just very strong early on. It's just if the Minoans can get to Bronze Age and not be dead by that point, then they're just very, very strong and very difficult to keep up on that point. A very curious little, kind of like pin almost, little T sort of shape. Sometimes, obviously, you get like the central lake in the middle. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you're outing yourself there. It's very narrow, that. I'm not. Yeah, it feels like quite a small landmass. I don't know if it's just because this is quite oddly shaped, sort of stretch out, but it's not very much space to work with, and quite weird crossing for Bongo. So yes, it's quite an unusual spawn for this map, I would say. It's like, yeah, almost like kind of like got wings on the side of Saymyname's map here, and again a little slightly wonky crossing with a little bit of like opening either side. I have been informed that the big secret I've learned that you can try and sort of figure out where your opponent is. Apparently your crossing kind of points to where your opponent is, which for Saymyname it does. For Bongo it kind of doesn't, just because the way the map spawn. But I don't know if we'll see any forward plays. Yeah, well, that's the thing. The big secret that everyone... Well, it was kind of funny because I feel like at some point everyone knew what this trick was apart from me. But I guess it's just because obviously the algorithm for the maps, there's going to be some variance. So occasionally there's going to be the chance where, like, yeah, your crossing doesn't quite give you the information. Bigger narrow points, right? But yeah, like I said, it's quite an unusual spawn for this map, and like I said, I think the Phoenicians, the Phoenicians definitely have the advantage if you wanted to go for some sort of play on the land. Usually, that wouldn't be the case. I would have thought if you were picking the Phoenicians here, you probably would have picked something with like some sort of food bonus, or otherwise. I think this is probably going to be a reasonably standard approach where both players probably, I imagine, go sort of tool age around just 20 villages and then start adding in docks, a few scout ships, and then just try and work your way up to the Bronze Age after that. Let's go Bongo, says Kitchens. How you doing, man? Well, Villager does come out for Saymyname though, that said. And he will grab the artifact there as well, so that'll be nice for a little bit extra exploration. I don't know if Saymyname knows about the little sort of map trick. We'll see. Obviously, it's actually kind of... It's not that usually you're like pretty much exactly opposite your opponent on this map. It's normally like what the like players are skewed to one side. But the villager coming through here. First dock is going to come up from Saymyname. So he's not actually going to have the food to go up for quite a while, as it seems like he's focused a little bit more on wood here. He's got 4 villagers on wood, whereas Bongo looks like he's just going to go... Is this just going to be 20 pop up? Yeah, it's just 20 pop click up. Obviously the Minoan bonus gets more powerful the later in the game you go, so in a way you're a little bit incentivized to wait to put down your start creating your fishing your ships, I should say. So both players with villagers, I thought they were going to crisscross there, but Saymyname obviously does know where his opponent's crossing is now. It looks like Bongo Actually, yeah, he hasn't really done much exploring, but he's probably thinking, how the hell am I going to block this up? It's very awkward here. Probably the best thing to do is actually just going to be able to to wall from here to here. But he's going to go for double dock. Maybe actually, he could, I guess he could wall here and here. That would be a little bit easier. Barracks does go down there for Saymyname, but yep, quite a slow tool age time in comparison. So I don't think this land push is really going to do much. A couple of clubbers will come out, but I think Bongo should just be able to defend with villagers for the time being until he get. Well, yeah, in fact, yeah, there's only one. Okay, I was going to say, where is it? It was just garrisoned in the barracks. But yeah, you could just research wall and just close this up pretty quickly, and he is going to do that. So I suspect it'll be wall here and here. Because like I said, it just is a little bit of an awkward base. But yeah, both players just adding in all those docks now. Saymyname gets himself up to the next stage. And it is scout ships from both players coming down. Well, actually, yeah, Bongo trying to go a bit forward with that. And now tool edge is in. This villager probably is going to go down. Scout ship should be able to defend this, though. One clubber shouldn't be able to do too much here. Needle working can always be researched, and in fact that is what's coming in if he feels the need to. I think, well, he's got the armor upgrade in, but yeah, villagers with the needle working should be able to deal with this completely fine now. And yeah, the scout ship's just going to clear up these early clubbers. And I think Saymyname would be foolish to invest any more in the clubbers at this point. And indeed, yeah, there's no AXA upgrade in, no tool working coming in, no more clubbers. So it's a little bit of a sniff at trying to go for the aggro. I think if Saymyname was going to go that, he shouldn't have got added in the dock early on. I think he should have just done a Stone Age similar to Bongo, where you just kind of ignore the water until you've got the 500 food, and then you can start thinking about adding in the docks and stuff once you're sort of advancing to the next stage. But yeah, in this position now, I mean, both players do have the 4 scout ships, woodworking in nice and early for Bongo though, and that's always ever so important on these water maps. I think, how many docks is that now? I think that's the 3rd one. Saymyname putting his 4th dock now. And very slight eco lead for Bongo. I imagine that's just those cheaper fishing ships, the Minoan. So it's only got a couple actually, that said so far. See a little bit of the battle on the top side here. Saymyname heavily outnumbered. And woodworking coming in reasonably quickly for Saymyname as well. And we'll see what happens from here, I guess. Obviously, in these matchups, getting to the Bronze Age and getting that War Galley upgrade in is also extremely important. The War Galley just so much stronger than just the scout ship. You can see a little bit of a duking out here. Again, a numbers advantage for Saymyname, and it's a little bit slow to react there. It took quite a lot of damage on that one scout ship, which is going to get picked off at the back. So 11-7 is the advantage currently on the water. And again, Saymyname just going to lose a couple of ships. So it's just, yeah, just a couple of one ship being picked off here or there is just giving Bongo the edge. He is 4 versus 3 now in favour of Saymyname on this side. But again, just heavily outnumbered here. Does have the reinforcements, and I think that should be able to skew the fight over now. But they have fights on the water on both sides. And Bongo does have the advantage, but a lot of those ships way back here. A little bit of micro units being pulled back and forth. So Saymyname does manage to get a ship sunk and return. It looks like he's going to try and repair these ships here. A couple on full health. Villagers left a little bit idle. Slightly mismanaged there. And looks like Bongo is just very slowly getting the lead on just the food count, which again, just for the Bronze Age coming in, that's the most important thing for here. Otherwise, it's just the wood for those ships on the water. Like I said, the faster working wood workers for the Phoenicians can just about keep you up with the Minoans here, but I think once you get to the Bronze Age, I think it's 25% cheaper ships at that point for the Minoans, and that's just kind of a little bit too much for the Phoenician bonus to keep up with at that point. So I think it is just going to come down to whether or not Saymyname can get himself to the Bronze Age first, and he has actually got himself pretty close to that 800 food. He's got quite a few fishing boats working now. He's actually researching small wall. I don't know if that's just to maybe close off the front of the base, or maybe try to section off part of the map. A little bit of action going on here. That ship just with 5 HP left does get picked off at the last there. But yeah, 20 boats to 16 now. 16 just sat in this spot here. A little bit deceptive when they're clumped up together. Saymyname really doesn't want to take this fight. I think he underestimated how many ships were in that pile there. He's going to be forced to run away. In fact, I think he's slightly outnumbered on this side. Actually, no, it is even numbers, but he's got a slight... I mean, it looks doing quite well to pull this back, but yeah, reinforcements coming into Bongo. So it's a decent fight from Saymyname, but that is probably going to get cleared up now. Bronze Age is clicked in the meantime, so he's actually already halfway up, so quite a good advantage for Saymyname here, and he's still doing, like I said, a pretty good job of keeping up with scout ship numbers. If you can pull these 3 here, how many is that? 15 to 15, slight health advantage for Saymaname's ships, and obviously you'll be able to reinforce a bit quicker here. So yeah, Saymyname looking like he's in a pretty good spot at the moment. Bongo obviously with the eco edge, just because Saymyname has been aging up this whole time. But yeah, Bongo, I didn't have the second building. There we go. I guess he hadn't built the barracks. He probably had to rush that up, because he would have had the market. And yeah, he probably needs to rush up the barracks to get a stable. So a little bit of a mistake from Bongo there, delaying his Bronze Age up. But yeah, fishing ship, war galley, wheel all coming in. And Saymyname needs to throw all of his ships forward and just try and get that war galley upgrade to make the difference here. Like I said, 120 and 5 damage, and I believe it's 7 damage, and I think 100, is it 150 HP? I can't actually quite remember what the war galley health is. But they have the extra range as well. 160 and 8. Okay, I was a little bit short. Yeah, unrestricted knows better than I do. But here we go. If you can get that fight, the Navy's just out of shot there. Bongo does have the numbers advantage, but yeah, it's just the tech advantage. Yeah, if Saymyname can get this fight in, why? Oh, he can get rid of that artifact. Oh, Saymyname! He's let Bongo get his fleet away. He sort of selected the artifact as well. It slowed all. You could see it slowed all the ships down when he moved it. That's kind of weird. I didn't realize like ships could even like formation. Get rid of this artifact, man. But anyway, I guess he can pick off villagers, which I hadn't really thought about. I was mostly focusing on the navy. Yeah, war galley and arson ship coming in, and a couple of cavalry units were actually built as well. Saymyname needs to try and actually spread his units out though, and Bongo's coming forward. He's trying to go for the counter attack. And if Saymyname lets this slip now, this will be an incredible throw. There's just so many villagers on the wood line there, just completely exposed, and Saymyname just has all of his units just completely out of position. He's going to lose these fishing ships. He's going to lose a villager. War galleys in. Bongo's up 5 war galleys at this point, and Saymyname had the game in the palm of his hands. And he just let that slip away. I mean, obviously the game's not over yet. Dock's going to go down. Some of the reinforcing ships are going to get taken down. But he's losing all the fishing ships at home. Saymyname has already moved on to the central island. But yeah, again, it's just these war galleys for Saymyname just haven't done the job they need to. Bongo actually losing a couple of ships of his own, but he's been able to take those war galleys out. And I think, I mean, he's still doing a good job. Bongo's for some reason not making ships. I guess he's lost control of his docks. Maybe needs to redock somewhere else. He's got 1,400 wood in the bank. So actually, Saymyname, I don't know, maybe just about holding on. I think, yeah, it's just Bongo's lost all of his docks now. That's why he's floating so much wood. All these villages are trapped here, though. That's 42 villages basically idle. And this game has just turned into absolute chaos with the war galleys in such large numbers, just pinning both players. I mean, like I said, Saymyname got most of his villages out, so he's just going to lose another there, but he's got most of his villages on the central island now, so he did well there. But again, Saymyname just needs to split these out, up I should say, and he can see all the villages with that war galley there. I don't know if he's just, maybe he's focusing back here. He's managed to get up a good force of war galleys. They're still heavily outnumbered. Villagers going for a run. Saymyname's still not in position to punish this. He's noticed now. All these villagers, they've got the wheel in. But a good amount of them are going to get away. That's 20, but that's another 10 that are trapped inside. Saymyname did notice at the last second. Oh man, I thought Bongo was going to get completely away with that, but he does lose a good number of villagers there. And again, these villagers kind of trapped inside. Got some farms to work with. It looks like Saymyname hasn't managed to take the fight on this side. Somehow, Saymyname still leading the water. Like I said, Saymyname took out all the docks. That just meant Bongo just couldn't make ships anymore. And Bongo maybe needs to try and find a shoreline to get some more docks back up on. But it looks like Saymyname, I thought possibly he'd thrown it away, but he's got a pretty strong lead now. 2 TCs. And he could be making extra villages. He's got the food. But yeah, looks like Bongo moving out onto the land. Ooh, extra clubmen. These are the clubmen. I think these are literally the clubmen left over from Tool Age. Unless he made some more. But Camel's coming out from Saymyname. I'm not really sure why he's not just gone cavalry. I don't really, I guess, maybe, maybe saw the cavalry units from Bongo. Maybe saw the stables. Maybe that's the... I'm not sure. But anyway, camels have been the choice. Both players going camels now. And, sorry, I'm sort of zipping around everywhere just because there's action all over the map. And another town centre going down for Saymyname. And Saymyname, I think he's just about managing to take on the fights in the water. I mean, he has the numbers advantage there now. 42 to 26 on the water. He's bringing some war galleys back. Just picking off a few houses here. And yeah, Bongo's heavily housed now. In fact, Saymyname housed as well. We have units on the land. First camel going down, armor in. No other upgrades though. And yeah, Bongo just trying to switch onto doing damage on the land now. Saymyname, like I said, he could, I think, take this fight here, but not choosing to. He's lost the market. Hoplites being made by Saymyname, and we'll see a bit of a battle on the water here. And I think this should be very... Ooh, I was going to say Saymyname favoured, but the ship's just not really getting coordinated just because they're bumping into each other a little bit. So yeah, I think still the fight, you can see a HP advantage. Well, that's a numbers advantage. Maybe he can close this up. Oh, okay, reinforcements coming from the back. And Saymyname is going to be able to clear up on the water now, but the focus is kind of switched onto the land. And Bongo definitely on the back foot here now though. And a couple of camels in. Still Bongo has the edge on the land. No upgrades for these camel riders just yet. And this, yeah, a couple of cavalry, it's just been annoying. First hoplite comes out. But yeah, again, those hoplites not really good at chasing down your opposing units. They kind of rely on your opponent to not really been paying attention. But yeah, 0 on the water for Bongo now. Saymyname has had a pretty decent eco edge ever since the blood gulch on the crossing there occurred. Yeah, and it has all the fishing ships as well. Yeah, it still had some fishing ships for quite some time. And this war galleys are just going to be able to patrol the water side now. Potentially a few villagers get caught out here as well. Actually, yeah, TakeawayBongo wisely going to move those onto the mainland. And let's have a look. It's just a singular camel, a couple of hoplites to 11 camels. And just still only the 2 armor on. But that's going to be more than enough to take down some villagers. But yeah, Saymyname trying to sort of scrabble some semblance of a land. I mean, more camels up at the top side here that I hadn't noticed. It looks like Saymyname hasn't noticed either. It does notice now. Garrisons into the TC. I think he's got enough space for all these villagers here. Oh, one does get picked off though. And yeah, just Saymyname sort of not quite getting the multitasking in just yet. And some farms being picked off and stuff. I'm pretty sure he could reach the villagers there. But Bongo fighting his way back on the land with a few hoplites though. Looks like Bongo's not, yeah, I was going to say, just takes those few split seconds for you just not to be paying attention in the right place, and this hoplite's get the damage in. But yeah, still more villagers going down. Yeah, you can see 31 eco kills to 27. Slightly an advantage of Bongo. But again, Saymyname just has absolute control of the water. So even if he loses a whole bunch of villagers on the land, I think Saymyname's still going to be in a strong position. But yeah, hoplites, again, kind of rely on your opponent to just be not paying attention. I think Saymyname needs to try and add in some more camels. He's got quite a lot of gold. Food's just a little bit lacking. He's got 28 units gathering food. Obviously, like I said, a lot of the fishing ships are all gathering food. Yeah, just losing a couple of villagers here and there, or at least, yeah, they're never going to down there. And if not losing villagers, it's a lot of idle time forced. A couple more villagers probably going to get picked off. Just going to focus on the camel by the looks of it. And so the farmer's getting shot. I was confused there why that villager wasn't taking damage. It's because it's not getting shot at. A priest, some priests now coming out tower just to deal with the hoplites. Villagers bone down the priest. The conversion do come in. Conversion does come in though. So yeah, not quite quick enough by Saymyname to get rid of the priest there. But yeah, Bongo, like I said, still with control on the land. We are on 5 camels now, but I think there's still... Oh no, he does have +2/+2 in now. And only the +2 armor for Bongo. Those upgrades quite important, obviously. Maybe the hoplite should have been pulled back there. One conversion does come through. Another comes through there. And yeah, it's just the hoplites, when the map's so open, it's just difficult to get much done with it. You kind of, the best thing to do with hoplites is just trying to like force onto your opponent, because then it forces your opponent to deal with the hoplites. Not very good defensively. But yeah, there's war galleys that are left over, just being annoying on the shorelines. Quite a lot of ships there. Maybe a couple of docks up the top side for Saymyname would be quite nice, just to spread those fishing ships out a bit. And we'll see. Okay, it's actually improved bow. Obviously, Minoans get that extra range for their improved bow line, and probably be quite good to deal with all these hoplites as well. Now up to 11. And the camel's going to go down for Saymyname. He's up to 87 eco count now though. It's Saymyname. Like I said, Bongo's, I don't really know how he's going to get back in this game, just because he's lost complete control of the water. So Saymyname, like you can see 50, well, he looks like, well, yeah, there we go. He's That was just those farmers being garrisoned inside the TC. That's why that number dropped there. But I don't think Bongo's really ever going to be able to get himself back on water, is what I was trying to say there. But I mean, he's still trying. He's getting himself set up with another TC. Hoplites are pushing forward now, so this is where the Hoplites do excel, is they can just brute strength their way through your opponent's base, force your opponent to try and deal with, come to you. A few camels being tricksy. So a few, well, all the Bronze Age storage pit upgrades still missing. Obviously the players just trying to focus on just getting the actual military numbers on the field. Bronze Shield, and I mean, looks like maybe Saymyname just trying to save resources. RK actually has +4 armor in as well, which I hadn't noticed come in. And well, I need the one priest left for Bongo. Looks like the camels and now cavalry have maybe been doing a good job picking those off. Watchtower coming down as well, so Saymyname just trying to get control of the map. Maybe wants to get Sentry Tower upgrading as well for that. Composite Bowman is in now though. 13 is the count. Saymyname heavily investing into cavalry now. Should be able to deal with lower numbers of that unit. Hoplite numbers at 19. Pushing forward, and there comes in the Sentry Tower upgrade. I don't know if he's actually going to be able to get this tower up anytime soon, though. You know, just looking for where the last war galleys are. Still just a few just chilling pretty much everywhere. 28 war galleys just kind of just around the map. Villagers forced onto to run away from the oncoming hoplites. And now the villagers are going to come forward and be able to get that tower down. Camels are going to be able to raid in the backside. Couple of hoplites are there. Might be able to get some good damage in. Not exactly sure where Saymyname is running. Maybe he's just trying to get into the tower here. But yeah, Saymyname just marking down control of the map, and yeah, Bongo decides to tap out. Just guess he just doesn't feel like he can match up. Probably, yeah, point score, lead 3k. And an absolutely crazy game. Saymyname, I thought he'd thrown the game away, man. Whereas I've gone too far back here. But it's this bit here. War Galley upgrade came in. And he let Bongo's navy just slip away. And there was that moment, I think he just like controlled the units with the artifact there, and they just moved really slowly. Yeah, you can see here, they moved like really slowly. And the whole navy just, it's like they're stuck in treacle, man. And the navy just slips away. He's still controlling it with the artifact there, man. And just like absolutely crippling it. And I thought with Bongo then able to get to the Bronze Age and the War Galleon. But yeah, Saymyname actually decided instead of focusing, like he picks a few villages here, but instead of trying to get the wood line, which is what I was calling for, he decides to focus down the docks, and that just obviously means Bongo couldn't reinforce his navy anymore. And Saymyname, like I said, had already started to move out to the main island, so he was able to sort of retreat, well, migrate all of his villages to the main island. And then, yeah, then it was, where was the other moment where all the villagers, I've just missed it there. Yeah, Saymyname very nearly missed this as well. All the villagers going across. But yeah, a lot of the villagers go away. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that was only like, that was only 7 villagers. Like, imagine if like Saymyname was just like on the crossing, then just all those villagers would have died. But yeah, Saymyname just stretching his advantage though, and managing to upset the Minoans as the Phoenicians. Like I said, they can keep up, I think, in the early game. It's just in that Bronze Age. Like I said, I thought Saymyname had thrown the game away, but managing to get the damage done and take the win in the end. Let's get ourselves back to the draft. So, Phoenicians winning up against the Minoans here. And let's have a look. Have they decided what map they're going to play just yet? No, they're still hovering Ocean Ring at the moment. I guess I'll just restart Capture Age. I think the Capture Age does actually stop doing the burning bug once you start a new game, but it's just annoying when I'm like sort of waiting for the lobby to start up. Yeah, 3-0 advantage to Saymyname now. And like I said, that was Ocean Ring. Bongo is still hovering Ocean Ring in the lobby settings, so I don't know what the choice is. It will be Bongo's choice again here, though. He may be a bit, I don't know, thrown by losing with the Minoans on the Ocean Ring there, though. And Saymyname has joined the lobby. See if Bongo actually goes to one of his own maps here. See, I'm just waiting for them to pick a different map. Got 3 tags here. Okay, that's not anything of any real importance. Yeah, Bongo picked Saymyname's map last time. Like, okay, it is going to be Inside Out. So we go to Inside Out. And yeah, this time Bongo didn't pick the Egyptians that he did when we had the slightly incorrect draft before. It'll be interesting to see what the go-to pick is here. Saymyname very often does go for the Hittites on this map. But I feel like Saymyname has actually lost basically every time he's picked the Hittites on Inside Out, because whoever he's playing against just goes for a Tool Age rush. Potentially, maybe we see some Palmyrans going in there. I'm not exactly sure what Bongo's approach to this matchup will be. Saymyname could just go for the Egyptians. I think that's just the more safer pick. Like if you get stuck in the Tool Age and the Tool Wars, you can still take advantage of the cheaper farms and stuff like that for the Egyptians, which is always quite nice. But the game has been launched, and we will get ourselves in. To the next one. So it is the Hittites by Saymyname, and it is the Palmyrans by TakeawayBongo. So I don't know if Bongo will go for some sort of Palmy rush, which I'm still not 100% on the numbers of the Palmy rush, because I've not taken the time to figure it out yet. But I've been told it's a good one. Saymyname, I think, will be a little bit more wary to the Tool Age aggression, as he's faced up against Tool Age rushes on Inside Out a few times now. Although it'll be interesting to see if he does just try to fast bronze as we get ourselves into the game. Where's my Capture Age? There it is. And so, slightly unusual spawn by Bongo, just because he's right on the corner of the sort of central ring, which I feel like doesn't happen too often. So his wood lines are a little bit awkward here. Doesn't have the best access there. I guess you could re-wall here, and then that would give you reasonable access at the side there. Berries both behind for Bongo, and it looks like it's the same actually for Saymyname. Funnily enough, maybe you could get away with doing one granary there. Maybe you don't be greedy and just get the better efficiency, though. It doesn't quite see those with the walls, and obviously that one's too far away. I suspect that one's, it's just a couple of tiles out, actually. Not very big line of sight on the walls. Occasionally you can see your berries from the wall lines. Not usually both, but you often can see one. But like I said, it'll be interesting to see how cautious Saymyname is with the Hittites, because like I said, he has been tool rushed on inside out whilst playing the Hittites a few times. It'll be interesting to see if Bongo does go for a rush, or if he just decides to just lean into the eco advantage and just play more standard. Yeah, well, I think Mini Yeti did the same thing. I think it was Babylonians Mini Yeti played though. Yeah, like I said, be interesting to see how this does go. And not going to be too much going on in the early phase of this game. Bongo just being diligent with pushing his Gazelle. And looks like Saymyname has actually pushed his Gazelle this time. I think that's one of the main weaknesses of Saymayname's gameplay, is sometimes, like myself, he is too lazy to push the Gazelle. That's one of the things I hate most about this game, is pushing the Gazelle. I'm always like praying that my Gazelle spawn next to a wood line, so I can just storage pit next to the wood line and just kill the Gazelle there. But yeah, Saymyname done. I don't know where this guy's running. Where are you off to, mate? Pick that off before he runs away. A little bit far away from the TC, but not the worst I've ever seen. And so we are at 16 pop with the Palmyrans, and Bongo is still making vills, so it's not going to be a rush from the Palmyrans. It does not seem. Just bring in the ball there for Saymyname. Like I said, it'll be interesting to see if he goes like 20, 21 pop up. Just because he may be worried about being tool rushed as he has been done in series gone by. That Gazelle's gone for a big run. Brings in the other ball. And we are stopping on 20. So it looks like it's going to be 20 pop up. 18 pop up for Bongo, which is a sort of like standard up for Palmyrans. But yeah, no villager coming out to like put barracks out or anything like that. I wasn't, once the 17th villager was coming, I wasn't really expecting a rush though. But yeah, Saymyname, 15 seconds idle TC time, not the worst. And he's going to want to put himself a house down and a barracks probably at some point. But I think he's just going with a cautious, fast bronze. Oh, actually, okay, barracks is out at the centre of the map. But this feels a little bit delayed. But there we go, barracks now. I was going to say, Saymyname a little bit slow to put his barracks down, but I think he should have just about enough time. Doesn't quite have the wood yet for 2 buildings. And second barracks, okay, so it is a slightly delayed rush from Bongo. And he's just going straight into the slingers. Triple barracks. I think this is too slow. I think this may be too slow. Saymyname putting down the buildings already. Nearly has the food. He does have the food now. First 2 slingers hitting the battlefield. And, well, he's going to have to go on to gold. I mean, his gold's not too far away from the storage pit. I think he wouldn't mind going to gold there. And Bronze Ages click, though. And the slingers have only just started hitting the wall. Saymyname might want to research small wall and then just like wall up here, here and here. Instead he's just for some reason sent, I think, is that a misclick? Okay, small gate coming up. I think he should have just walled here. I don't know exactly why he's done this gate. Could have just walled behind the barracks. And Saymayname's not going for gold. So he won't be able to add in cavalry to clear these units, which I think is probably what he should be doing. Hittites do research the wheel much faster, but slingers can still be a nuisance to chariot archers. Okay, there we go, he's researching cavalry. But he needs to get on gold. Unless he's just going to make a handful of scouts, just for the time being. I mean, I guess he could maybe sell some resources, but you don't really want to be doing that. So, yeah, Slinger's number's at 12 now. And I'm not really sure why we researched that, because that doesn't actually do anything against Slingers. But yeah, this seems a little bit too relaxed by Saymyname. The gate's going to get punched through. He has set himself up out the back, so his archery range is going to be safe. He's pulling the villagers away now. Wheel basically is already in, like I said, for the Hittites. It's just much quicker research. And bows being added in. Interestingly, all these villagers might go down, though. There's 9 villagers on the wood line here. Wheel is in, obviously. But a couple of villagers should be picked off. That's 2. I think these ones will get away. So only 2 go down. And just regular chariot archer being, regular chariot being added in. That's not too bad of a choice. As well as the chariot archer. Saymyname doesn't have the wood. Obviously, yeah, he's going to have to reset himself on the wood out here. That's one of the advantages of this map, is you can run to the backside if things are going a bit awry. But yeah, Bongo's still committing. He's adding axes here. First chariot archer comes out. The +1 attack for the Hittites. Yeah, Saymyname. He's got a little bit of work to do, and he's actually housed now. So Saymaname's not made this easy for himself. This chariot's doing a nice job of picking off some reinforcements. It's the axe that should be able to clear this up, though. 2 axes definitely beat a chariot. Saymyname just... I mean, okay, actually it's open there. I thought it was closed there. So yeah, handful of chariots now. Saymyname just needs to make sure he doesn't stays unhoused. And if he can clear up the Tool Age army, I don't know exactly where he's sending these units, but if he can clear this up, then he's obviously in a very good position. There's quite a lot of slingers though. Slingers will be heavily outranged, so it's 8 range, soon to be 9, versus the 5. So it's very easy to kite away from slingers. And with the +1 damage, you're doing double damage essentially against the slinger, compared to chariot archers from any other civ. 1 villager just just about manages to survive. But yeah, the chariot archer numbers now climbing up. Bongo nearly has the food he needs. Saymyname very thin on the ground in terms of eco, but he has those all-important Hittite chariot archers working for him now, and all this Tool Age unit's going to get cleared up. And then Saymyname, is he going to be able to get much damage done to Bongo in return? Obviously these Palmyran villagers, so again, remember 25% extra work rate, essentially has like 7 more villagers working for him at the moment. But yeah, looks like it's probably going to be the camel for TakeawayBongo. This Palmyran camel, faster moving. But yeah, Saymyname still hasn't quite got himself set up. He does still have these berries here, which he has seen, so he could grab those. Slinger's going to get in some damage. Like I said, if they can close the gap, they still do a decent amount of damage, but you just massively outrange them with the Bronze Age units. And this is starting. I mean, like, Bongo's not necessarily in the worst place ever, just like I said, just he has such a huge eco lead. Loses another chariot. But now Bongo on literally 0 army. see if Bongo can use his eco edge. Yeah, just camos coming out now. If Saymyname can get down maybe a forward siege workshop and just get even just a single stone thrower, would probably be enough to start pushing his back. And villagers on the wood line forced back there. Saymayname's going to start trying to punch his way through the gate, maybe not. Second TC being added in for Bongo. This feels a little bit greedy given the position. I think possibly... maybe, actually no, sorry. Is it Palmyrians that get the cheaper TC? Yeah, it is, right. So it's actually way better to build town centre than the storage pit. Oh no, it's Smyrans that get the cheaper TC, isn't it? Yeah, what I was going to say though is I feel like he needs to invest a little bit more in military. Like, Saymyname not quite battering down the house just yet, the doors just yet. House wall going to prevent the camels from doing any shenanigans at the back here. Single chariot arch. I'm not sure exactly how this ended up round here. Looks like we're just doing a little bit of scouting. Trying to find any villagers at the back here. All the berries are gone. The eco's gone back inside the walls though. Where are those chariot archers? They've been brought back by Saymyname. So Saymyname not trying to push forward. Like I said, his eco was in a pretty bad spot. But he had obviously a huge advantage in terms of... well, just Bongo just literally had no military units, as I said earlier. Now Bongo pretty securely in Bronze Age, and it's actually Bongo that feels confident enough to put down the siege workshop first. But obviously the Hittite chariot archer is just very difficult to deal with. I feel like this is a little bit preempted from Bongo. It's very easy to pick off stone throwers when you've got a good number of Hittite chariot archers as well. Just because that 3 pierce armor on the stone throwers only negates 3 of the 5 damage on the Hittites, so you're essentially doing double damage. A bit similar to like the slingers as well, but obviously stone throwers generally a lot more useful in the Bronze Age. But yeah, it's going to be the stone thrower coming out. Just getting those melee upgrades in for the camels. He does have a good number of camels now. But we're at 21 chariot archers at this point. And nobility is in as well. No nobility for Saymyname. Doesn't really need it just yet, I don't think. But probably wants to get on the gold. It looks like he's making a TC on the gold actually as we speak. It does have the +2 armor, but you need gold for the +4. A little bit caught out, but I think Saymyname just has enough chariots to push this back. And like I said, this stone thrower and siege workshop, I think that was a little bit optimistic from Bongo. He does have the score lead, obviously, ahead on Vills, and the Palmyrian villagers work a lot faster. I don't know, that must be a misclick on that though, I think. Academy coming down. Saymyname always very quick to go for the hoplite. And I think this is... Hittites are one of the civilizations where you can kind of just get away with just making the one unit. Normally the chariot archer plus just stone throwers to break through tower defences and wall defences is pretty nice, especially with the Hittites having the stone thrower bonus as well. But yeah, hoplites are being added in. I don't think it's really necessary. A couple of stone throwers are out. And if you can get a couple of good shots together, then you can do a lot of damage to chariots. No nobility still in for these chariot archers. And this is probably around the point where Saymyname should probably be trying to save up for that upgrade. It's a little bit tight for food at the moment. Still pumping from 3 archery ranges. What's going on at the back here? It's just a bear getting tangled in the mix as some houses tried to go up. And wall does go down. And
presume that was deleted. I'm not 100% sure there. I don't think the stone throwers were shooting that. And Saymyname dancing on the face of death. It is fairly easy to dodge those stone thrower shots with chariots, but you do have to be ever so careful. And just another town centre going down. Bongo pushing in. I feel like Saymyname is playing a little bit too hesitantly here. You can just like flank around and pick off the stone throwers. Instead, it's going to take a big hit there. Again, like I said, the Hittite chariot archers are actually fairly good at dealing with stone throwers. And the hoplites coming forward though now. Just try and push the opponent back. And there we go. Just snipes off one of the couple of the stone throwers. Another big hit from that stone thrower there though. Ooh, Saymyname, not with the best unit control. But now the stone throwers have been cleared up. And it's 24 Palmyran camels. I think the +4 armor still isn't in. And we do have +4 attack for Bongo. But still, 31 Hittite chariot archers. And Bongo going for chariot archers of his own. And that, I mean, does have nobility in, which Saymyname still hasn't researched yet. Which kind of evens out the power of the two units. But we'll see. That can work out for Bongo here. Hoplites just sort of forcing Bongo to retreat back to his base. This is much better control from Saymyname now. It's almost like a shepherd with his sheepdog, just herding the camels around. And maybe Bongo trying to go for a bit of flank here. The Palmyran, sorry. Camel's a lot faster. Saymyname just looks like he's going to hold his ground and just shoot. Picks off a couple of the chariot archers at the back in return. It's going to let the hoplites try and deal with the camels. I mean, Bongo's doing some damage here, but I think this is still favouring Saymyname. Bronze shield coming in as well now. Going to make these hoplites even tankier. And like I said, it's been kind of a slow and steady game from Saymyname. Pretty relaxed Bronze Age as the slingers came in. Didn't feel the need to push earlier on in the Bronze Age, even though we had the large military advantage. Bongo obviously still with a huge eco edge. In fact, he's going up to the Iron Age. Not sure exactly what unit he's going to do when he's there. Yeah, he's floating a lot of wood. Kind of needs to, yeah, get more gold. Well, just more of any other resource, really. But the hoplites are going to chew through that wall fairly swiftly. Nobility is finally in now. So that small semblance of any sort of evenness is completely gone. It's 51 units to 17. This Iron Age, there isn't a unit in the game that's gonna you're gonna be able to get out quick enough to deal with this. Again, Saymyname, just not feeling rushed. He's going to take out a little bit more of this wall before he pushes in. And for some reason, he's gone for a stone thrower now. I'm not exactly sure what the siege workshop actually is, but he has already broken through the wall, so it's not really that needed. Iron Age is going to come in soon, but it's just chariot archer is all Bongo's making, saving up gold from not sure exactly what unit he's going to try and go into. I'm not sure why Saymyname just isn't just pushing in. Seems a little bit like playing with your food here. Saymyname going up to the Iron Age as well now. But like, obviously we can see everything, so from our perspective we're just like, why isn't he just pushing in? But I think once you've got this many chariot archers at the Hittites, there's not really much you need to be afraid of. So it actually is the war elephant that Bongo's going to try and do. I feel like The War Elephant's just going to get kited all day, every day by chariot archers. And you know, obviously quite expensive units. Yeah, just doesn't have the really. He doesn't have his eco set up as he really would want to, I feel. These elephants do come out. They are very tanky boys. And Saymyname feeling forced to back away. A couple of stables up here I actually didn't notice. And that stone thrower going to get taken out. Oh, there's the siege workshop there. Again, I don't really know why he built the siege workshop after he already broke through the walls. Saymyname engineering, I think that was a misclick there. Okay, ballistic. I think I would have gone alchemy first hit, but ballistics is still fine too. Just for that extra DPS to break through the war elephants. And so yeah, Saymyname, I think, is playing overly cautious. Has potentially given Bongo a bit of a lifeline here. I think Saymaneme's still very much in the driving seat. Just because, like, yeah, military counts are still so far ahead. Bongo has plenty of resources in wood and gold, but, like, obviously most units just cost food. Could maybe afford some extra siege, but siege I don't think is going to be the order of the day here. Yeah, just doesn't have the food. 21 chariot archers against the 43, and yeah, actually Saymyname just switching into the horse archer as well now. Even more damage. Alchemy now coming in after craftsmanship. And it's going to be a very one-sided fight, and the GG is called, and that's 4-0 to Saymyname. Like I said, it felt like Saymyname had ample opportunity to close this game out earlier, but he didn't see it. It wasn't really under any pressure at any point in that game. Maybe just playing safely. Didn't want to lose his massive units. But like I said, I feel like as the Hittites, once you get that massive chariot archers up, there isn't really any any unit in the game that can really even that up. Because yeah, against the Hittites, you basically have to just prevent that happening in the first case, and that's how you beat the Hittites. But yeah, Saymyname 4-0 up now. I know it would be a shame if it was a clear sweep, but it looks like Saymaneme's got Bongo on the ropes at the moment. Excuse me. So, we go back to the draft. We're just going to have a quick drink. Well, there's a lot of maps left still to play. Bongo has Inland, Gold Mountain, and Dark Forest. And we lost as the Palmyrans against the Hittites. So Saymyname finally getting his Hittites win on Inside Out. So Bongo has the Lakviat. He could maybe play Persians on Oasis and Restricted, saying, I feel like Saymyname can just cover that off with the Yamato. Just Yamato is such a strong pick on any non-closed map, really. But let's have a look. Okay, they're not opened the lobby yet. I guess normally I normally do a bit more of a rundown at the end of the game, but I didn't really feel like there was too much to summarise in that last game there. Bongo just, I think his Tool Age push was just a little bit too slow. Saymyname had already clicked Bronze Age, like, as the slingers were coming in to just start the attack. And, yeah, Saymyname was just able to slip his villagers out the back of his base and set up his chariot archers from there. And from that point on, it was always going to be tough for Bongo to come back in, even with the large eco advantage of the Palmyrans. Oh yeah, the Palmyran... Yeah, I've just remembered the Palmyran team bonus is the faster researching text, isn't it? And it's the Sumerians that get the cheaper TCs. For some reason, I always get like confused between Saymynames and Palmyrans because they feel like they've got a lot of similar bonuses with like the camel bonuses and a lot of the eco bonuses and stuff. Let me just close this again. Maybe he's just lost track. Oop, I didn't mean to bring up this screen. Yeah, because no one's hosted the lobby. Yeah, Bongo. Maybe like Gold Mountain with a Lakviat. Maybe that would be a good shout. I mean, you can still play Yamato. I mean, you can play Yamato on any of these maps. And I mean, Saymyname still has Shang as well. Okay, looks like we have got the lobby set up now. Alright, okay. No, I don't know if he just like lost track, but he's made the lobby now. He has made another lobby now. Maybe just he might have just taken a couple of minutes to just take a quick break, try and regroup maybe, and see what the map is going to be. He's still hovering inside out at the moment. I think maybe I think I maybe go Gold Mountain and pick Lakviat. I think that might be what my throw of the dice would be. And we may just see Saymyname pull out Shang regardless of what the map is. Let's have a look. Still hovering inside out. Maybe Bongo just having a sort of think about like if he picks this map now and he wins, what's he going to play less for the rest of the series? Or maybe he doesn't really have the doesn't have the position to think about that. He kind of has to just think about it one game at a time now, because obviously Saymyname on tournament point now, one game away from winning the whole thing. And yet Bongo now has to win 5 straight games in a row to bring it back. The reverse sweep is the only option. Still hovering inside out. Just making sure nothing's going wrong in the Discord. Yeah, I can only assume that Bongo is taking like a couple of minutes to just try and mentally regroup, because it's a little bit slower doing that. Like, both players are in the lobby, I can see that. Just like I said, just making sure there isn't any actual issue or anything with either of the players. I'm going to quickly refresh AOE2 Rex. Normally I don't need to refresh it anymore, but just like I said, they've just been like sat in the lobby on inside out map for a little while, so I'm a little bit concerned. Unless maybe one of them has lasted for just like a couple of minutes or something like that. Like I said, 4-0 now to Saymyname, so we are on tournament point. Bongo still has, I mean, he still has the Carthaginians and Lakviat. Saymyname has Yamato and Shang still low. So still two very strong civs left. Persians can still be pretty good on Oasis, especially, just how open that map is. But we've seen quite a few times Yamato faced up against the Persians on that map, and the Yamato getting the better of the matchup. It's just like the Persians just have that very small window in the early tool age where they're the stronger of the two civs, and the Yamato kind of just take over from the sort of mid to late tool age if you can't get that damage in early enough. And the other civs, Sumerians, Assyrians, Babylonians. I doubt we'll see the Babylonians from Saymyname. It's not really anywhere where that would be used, I don't think, now that we've got rid of all the closed maps. And yeah, just waiting for the players. Like I said, I guess they've probably taken just like a couple of minute break. Hopefully they well, maybe I'll just turn the music back on real quick, just get some background sound going on, just while we wait for the next game to start. Maybe I'll just put a little bit of a message on just to see what's going on. Yeah, apparently Bongo's just gone for a quick restroom break, so he should hopefully be with us shortly. Like I said, obviously in a very rough position at this point. Like I said, I think Gold Mountain's probably the safest choice of Latvia. Maybe you could try and just go for Persians on Oasis. I just feel like you don't want to go for that play when Saymyname can just pick Yamato is the thing. But when Shang's still in the mix, it's just difficult. It's just difficult. And I think Persians, if Bongo somehow manages to win sort of against these two civs, Romans is still probably the best of the rest, I'd say, for the map draft that we have here. And obviously, I can only speculate for the time being, as we just, like I said, just waiting for. Okay, so it is going to be Gold Mountain. So I think it will be the Latvia. And like I said, I think Saymyname would want to save Yamato for Oasis or Sahara. So I think it's probably going to be the Shang Latvia matchup. Not on Highland as is the usual, but on the Gold Mountain map here. And I'm hoping Bongo can at least take one game hit. This would be a bit of a shame to make it all the way to the final and then lose in straight games. And the game has started up now, so we'll get ourselves back into the capture rate view. I'm muting the music again. So game 5, championship point for Saymyname, on the verge of the big bucks prize, which I can't actually remember what the prize pool is off the top of my head, but obviously it's biggest for first place, I know that much. Oh, Egyptians picked by Saymyname. I feel like if I was Saymyname, I'd want to try and close out the series by picking a stronger pick now, but maybe Saymyname just covering himself off in the long term, maybe saving that Shang for a different map that he already had in mind. So the Egyptians hit on the Gold Mountain. Occasionally you can get a map that's fairly easy to wall. This is Bongo's side here, but I can see Bongo's got quite a large face, open face to his base here. And Saymyname's base, yes, still not the easiest to close off. Not impossible. He does like a corner of the map, I should say. He could potentially wall sort of here, 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 and then maybe try and like building wall the front of his base. Sort of early houses and barracks to form the start of an early wall, potentially. But yeah, the Latviat going to have a very large advantage in the earlier phases of this game. If the Egyptians can get to the Bronze Age, though, the Egyptian chariot archers are just better than the Latviat chariots. So the Latviat chariots bonus is obviously just the extra melee armor. And villagers, I think, probably just exploring for some elephants at the moment. Like I said, I've said before, you normally do have one on the ridge. I've noticed quite a lot. Yeah, there's normally one like right on the ridge. You have your 2 elephants. Normally one's on the ridge and one's round the back somewhere. One a little bit off to the side for Bongo. Actually a 1 tile space between that house there, so I don't know if that was slightly misplaced by Saymyname or if that was intentional. Saymyname is actually pushing the gazelle this time. As I guess he just hasn't found an elephant yet. Just a couple of tiles off on that one. Searching a bit further. It's a little bit off the mark, unfortunately. Trying to find that. And yeah, Bongo just doing what he always does, which is just to go for the gazelle straight away. Unfortunately, that one's gone a little bit on the wrong direction. And I mean, Bongo's map's obviously a lot more closed off. He has, like I said, a quite open front, but his sides are completely covered, more or less. Did you see the elephant there? Not quite. 1 tile miss. Hopefully he doesn't block that off early. He's got a couple of tiles he can... Ooh, okay, is he going to see the villager? Not the villager, the elephant. There we go. He does spot it now. I thought he was just going to run off here and then he wasn't going to find it. Just doing a little bit more exploration. Sometimes it's good to try and find some extra berry patches on this map as well. That's one of the good reasons the Latviat's so good on this map, is if you can secure your early aggression and just pen your opponent in, you can just easily spread out to other berries and grab those. It would be very nice to put a granary there, potentially even wall that front section off there if he gets the time to do so. Storage pit going up at the back, fairly near stone if he feels the need to add in, well, maybe just for walls and towers, but possibly slingers as well. Finds the elephant there. I think he's still not found this one at the front there. And both players going for 20 pop up, I think. Small amount of ILTC time, but only 7 seconds. Saymyname is going to have quite a lot more. You can see he's quite a ways off the 500 food mark. That's just obviously the berry bonus working in your favour as the Latviat. So yeah, Bongo just going to have a very nice tool age time here. And he's already sent another villager there. And how close is this barracks going to be to his opponent? Saymyname clicking up 49 seconds idle TC time. So clear 42-second advantage for Bongo here. Saymyname going to be on the back foot for sure. He's handing the 2 villagers now. I feel like this is probably not the wisest of maneuvers. Oh, thank you for the raid, just May, by the way. I've missed that, but thank you very much. Yeah, 4-0 advantage, Saymyname at the moment. Bongo's not having the best of times. But yeah, 2 villagers coming forward for Saymyname as he often does. But Bongo's going to be up in that tool age much quicker. Clubber, not quite. Okay, there we go. His turn to face the correct direction now. Don't know if that was just like a luckiness of where the wood line was. But Elephant been pulled back to the storage pit there, but clubbers are going to be in. Armour nearly in. Axe are nearly in. Tool Age in for Saymyname. He's going for a second barracks. He's going for the watchtower defense as he's done in the past. Archer range already coming up. Only, oh no, sorry, it is 2 barracks from Bongo. Clubber waiting for those upgrades. Axe are in now. There's villagers. Okay, they do actually have needlework in. That said, Saymyname was ready for that. So no villagers actually going down. That villager, I think, is like close to 1 HP, 5 HP there. But yeah, the needleworking villagers able to fight back reasonably well. Villager running under the tower. That villager's going to go down. Bongo needs to be very careful. A little bit of micro to dodge out on the arrows there. Moving away at an angle. And now forward from Saymyname. The needleworking coming in. There's no upgrades for these clubbers just yet. Villagers can attack these clubbers. Bongo needs to try and kill these as quickly as possible. He is doing so here. And yeah, just trying to get rid of these clubbers ASAP. But he doesn't actually manage to finish many off before the upgrades come in. Maybe this one. Skip back to the front here. A couple of slingers, I should say, already in tow. Saymyname has plenty of food, though, to go on. He's going to build a storage pit on the stone here, it looks like. The axe is in now. One villager does go down. That's actually the first of the game. Archery range at home now for Bongo. He's going to be able to pump out a few bows. A couple of very low axemen. Let's go back to Saymyname's base. Like I said, he has quite a bit of food still left over. He had that one elephant that's just run out now. House going to be taken out, and that's going to leave Saymyname housed. Axes. Looks like one got picked off by that first bow. Maybe 2 actually, yeah. So Bongo has been able to add in a couple of extra villagers. And looks like he still has the advantage here. Saymyname actually, those forward villagers, going to grab some berries there. And Bongo maybe scouting for berries of his own as these elephants are starting to run out. I mean, if he finds these, this will be very nice for him, which I think he should do, as there's not really anywhere else he can go with that villager. Saymyname just stuck under his tower, but he's found his other berries at the back here, so he's still getting plenty of food coming in. Bongo actually going to try and take down the TC here. There's 4 villagers ahead. Oh, that's a little bit unfortunate. It's a little. Is he going to? He may delete this and rebuild it once he's seen this. No, there's no point deleting now. It's already too far built. That's a little bit unfortunate that he didn't see those berries before putting that down. But let's have a look at battle here. Quite a few bows in defense. Slingers obviously going to be able to do some very nice work with stone mining in already as well. Should be able to quite easily push back. Although it looks like Bongo maybe not focusing here. It looks like he's found out the villagers on this side. Actually, that's interesting. It looks like Saymyname actually pulled out some villagers forward here. I hadn't noticed that. You can see it's sort of like a trickle of units actually running back. It's the axes running back here. But a couple of villager kills in favour of Bongo. And I wouldn't say that it's definitely Bongo favoured at the moment. Oh, it's it's the definite win at this moment, but it feels like Bongo's in a good position, is what I'm trying to say. Get my words out in the right order. This does have the more military units for Saymyname still at this point, but now that Bongo has set himself nicely up on the berries here, and he's found that patch there. It's got the granary coming in. Like I said, a little bit unfortunately, he didn't find that second patch, but he should be able to try and eke out a bit of an eco lead now. The Egyptians are going to start getting their bonus of the cheaper farms. Consonant didn't quite go down in the end. There's actually a villager still idle in there. And maybe Bongo could actually just clear up all these houses here and be a little bit annoying for Saymyname, who is actually housed at the moment. Storage pitch is going up on the wood line there. And 17 to 17 now. It's actually only a 2-vil lead now instead of the 3 that it was a few moments ago. Neither player anywhere near thinking about Bronze Age just yet. In fact, Saymyname, I think maybe his berries have just run out here. Yeah, he's going to be forced to put more villagers on wood and then start getting those farms up. And we're going to see a little bit of a push forward, though, from Saymyname. Where it is? Okay, it's mostly here. I don't know if these bows have woodworking. They do actually have woodworking, and I missed that upgrade coming in. And actually, Bongo doesn't have woodworking in. A few villagers might get caught out at the back here. Obviously, Saymyname doesn't know exactly where they are. Did get a glimpse of the wood line there. He may have just trapped his units, though. There's quite a lot of axes here that could quite easily just be picked off by all the bows. So I think Saymyname may have just trapped his units against the wood line there. He's trying to squeeze out of the base at the front side now. There's a few blinking lights on the front side of Saymayname's base as well. There's quite a lot of slingers, though. Those do already have the stone mining in that we saw coming much earlier. Only the 1 villager lead now, though. So Saymyname has been doing a much better job of just keeping, well, in the last few minutes of getting that production keep going. Looks like Bongo might actually finish off that town centre now. Don't know how that villager didn't die there. Bongo, I guess, didn't notice it was there. Now it will die. So TC is going to go down. And that's obviously will... yeah, an extra villager. So Bongo will be able to creep ahead on villagers count now. Saymyname will be able to rebuild as TC. Has plenty of wood in the bank. So we can maybe try and find a safe spot for that. Maybe like on the wood and the berries here would maybe be quite a nice spot. He's not spotted those berries though, that said. A couple of archers, bows out a little bit out of position, but Bongo notices in time. And this tower just going to try and secure these berries here. Though, yeah, we can see the granary there. But obviously the focus is going to be elsewhere, and he found the farmers at the back there. So I was kind of not focusing where I should be, but GG. Bongo taking that one. And like I said, I think maybe Saymyname should have picked a stronger earlier game Civ here. Just to try and put the series to bed. But I think maybe he just had an idea in his head. Actually, Bongo just collecting stuff. I wonder how long that was there for, and I hadn't noticed it. But yeah, the farmers at the back found, and all those villagers going down. And that was just game on the spot. Saymyname had no TC at this point. So, good to see Bongo coming back, getting a game in his pocket. Still a long way to go for him here, though. And yeah, obviously Latvia, very nice civ to have on that map. And the Egyptians, like I said, a little bit questionable. But that does mean Saymyname does still have the Shang and Yamato left over. And we'll see what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put a skull on that. That's what I was trying to do that. So, yeah, like I said, still semblances of life from Bongo here. But it's still going to be a very big uphill battle. It's good to see you here, Mod Positive. Thank you for coming along. Hope you guys are enjoying the games. And looks like, yeah, they're just setting up the lobby again for the next game. And again, as I've said, Bongo has to win every single game now. Saymyname, one more win, and the title is his. What maps do we have left? We have, so Saymyname gets to pick now. And I feel like Saymyname will probably, will he go Oasis? Maybe he just goes Sahara. I think it's probably going to be one of these two maps though. And probably pull the Yamato out. And then we'll see if, yeah, I don't know, maybe Carthaginians for Sahara. I'm not sure exactly. I feel like Persians are best on Oasis. So if it is Oasis that gets chosen, oh, it is Sahara is the map. So I think Saymyname will go Yamato, as I've seen him do that pick before. Yeah, I'm going to say Carthaginians for Bongo. is probably my bet. But yeah, so soon into the next game. Like I said, it's going to be Sahara for this next map. And I mean, again, Saymyname could play the Shang, but I feel like I don't know actually. Maybe he will play the Shang here, and maybe he saves you Martyr for Oasis. I'm not sure. I think Saymyname could go either of these civs really, and I guess technically Bongo could go over this of these civs, but I feel like Persians you'd prefer to have on Oasis. And I don't know, we're just taking another quick moment for the players to just have a moment before they start the game. Alright, here we go. Game has started now. Let's get it on in there. And it is the Shang. Okay, wow. So it's the Shang from Saymyname. And it's the Assyrians from TakeawayBongo. And as frequent viewers of my stream know, I'm probably the biggest Assyrian hater in AOE1, the AOE1 community. But Bongo is staking his tournament life on the civilization here. He's facing up against the Shang. So I think it's going to be a difficult one. I mean, any civ facing up to the Shang is pretty difficult. Well, obviously, we have brought the Shang a little bit more back in line by changing their team bonus away from the extra pop on TCs. And now it's the faster working government centre instead as their team bonus now. But yeah, I feel like, I don't know what this... Obviously, if the Assyrians get to the Bronze Age, they got those, they're quite strong chariot archers, but I feel like just the stronger economy of the Shang should just give them more than enough of an advantage against the Assyrians here. You do get the slightly faster moving villagers that can, if you're feeling brave enough, you can go out and try and grab the elephants in the middle of the map a little bit better. A lot of the higher seeded players, I think it was Minieti was that person I've said it in the chat before, tend to ignore the middle elephants just because your starting TC is quite far away from the centre of the map. So it's quite a bit of a risk if you go forward and like you either don't find the elephant or if like your opponent's found them first. It's a lot of idle time to send that villager there and back. People normally just focus on their nearby gazelle and then their elephants, which Saymyname has found in both of his already. And you do normally have a couple of close by patches of berries that you can find as well. It's actually quite a lot of food on this map. Quite a few elephants. Sorry, yeah, with the central elephants and quite a few extra patches of berries all the way around. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure what Bongo has in his bag of tricks for this map here. If, I don't know, if Saymyname is just going to play a bit more safe this time. He has been mostly sending just those two villager forward to get that forward barracks in on the more open maps. But I have seen Saymyname on this map also just barracks at home and he'll just put like a stable somewhere on the map and then he'll just go scouts on the Sahara map as well. Shang, obviously, I was going to say one of the better scout rush saves, but just one of the best in the game at basically every play you can do in the early game. Having cheaper villagers just frees up a lot of food. Let's see, be quite flexible there. Nice getting that Gazelle right in next to the TC. Nice to see that. But yeah, I think Syrians wouldn't have been my choice, is all I'm going to say for Bongo's side. But you never know. Storage pit going to go sort of sandwiched between those 2 points. That's actually quite nice there. Sort of kind of walls up that little section. In fact, I was going to say Bongo's maybe not the worst to wall. He could wall here and here, but then I looked at this side and I was like, maybe not. Actually, probably Saymyname's is easier to wall. It's a little bit open here, but like it's not impossible to close off this side. I've seen, was it Bongo strat or was it Minieti strat for the Sumerian play on this map? I can't remember now. It feels like so long ago. Ooh, actually, the forward villager from Bongo going to get spied here. Or Saymayname's not going to notice it again, as he did on the Highland map. So the forward villager, Saymyname going up, obviously quicker. 19 vills actually as well, so a lot quicker. It looks like the house did spot. That's crazy, man. How did Saymyname not spot the villager with these two villagers, but he did spot that villager next to that house? But yeah, the forward barracks is either going to get delayed or completely denied. It actually looks like Saymyname gives up the chase. So actually the barracks is going to go up, so it's just delayed. Saymyname much quicker up. He's not like, is it the barracks at home? Yeah, barracks at home and then stable forward. As I said, I imagine the stable. There we go. There it is. And Saymyname has 400 food in the bank. Plenty to work with. He's still going to go for Watchtower just to try and keep himself safe. But yeah, barracks is forward and it's unrestricted. I'm reading their chat. It's not going to have any access to defend against these scouts. Scouts don't have any upgrades yet. He's going tool working now. But yeah, this is going to get... I mean, the defensive tower is already going up on the wood line for Bongo. So, I mean, he's sort of getting himself set with a somewhat defensive position. Saymyname may need to build an archery range at home, and he has gone archery range forward though. Does have the tower. Do we have... Needlework isn't in. Clubber, I don't think... No, Clubber does have armour in actually, so the villager's not really going to be able to do much here. Saymyname is going to have to research needlework. No needlework from either player actually. No needlework from either player actually. There we go. And now it's being researched. This is needlework. This is just a capture rage bug, just because it doesn't recognise the new tech that we've added in the mod. Granary going up for Saymyname. House going to go down. But yeah, first couple of scouts are in, but needleworking in. It's pretty easy to punch down the scouts with the bows. And some bowmen coming in now. And Bongo going to have a lot of his eco forced idle in the meantime. Saymyname losing a couple of houses, but mostly okay for the time being. Like I said, he's found those extra berries. They're going to be reasonably safe for the time being. Still floating a decent amount of food. Workers going to be forced off the elephant. He's trying to sort of push back and forth. He's going to try and pick off that bowman there. Doesn't quite get the job done. Again, just idle villagers being forced by Saymyname here. Both players going all in aggro. And again, I feel like I don't really get why, if you want to play this way, you pick the Assyrians, though, is what I will say about Bongo's play here. Had the... what did he have? He had the Carthaginians, potentially, to play a very strong early game. Instead, the Syrians, I mean, they do have the faster attacking bowman, but it's only 11%. There's no Stone Age bonus. Another villager goes down. 5 villagers killed here. I mean, Saymayname's not been able to really add in villagers of his own. He's finally getting needlework, though. And I think now that that's in, Yeah, Bongo being forced to granary forward here just to get some food coming in. 4 villagers idle in the TC, and I think this is it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's probably only a matter of time now until the GG. I mean, he's found some more berries, so maybe GG's not called straight away. I mean, the point still says it's fairly even, but it's 19 to 16. There's 5 scouts still in the field. Some bows, and he's still plucking away at the TC. Woodline's been forced back. I mean, I guess you never should call it too early. It's so easy to just lose villagers in the blink of an eye. Does Saymyname notice? Pulls the villagers back. Actually, is he? What is going on here? That looked a little bit laggy. Okay, lost 3 villagers there. That was... Okay. Even... Oh, no. Another 4 villagers go down. I think he maybe tried to run with the villagers from the TC. Just have a quick... Yeah, the villagers tried to run and just all got caught off. Let's get back up to live. And now 12 villagers left. It's got 6 vills on food somewhere. That villager, yeah, it's these berries here, isn't it? Like, if Saymyname ever finds this, it's just GG. Berries are starting to run out for Saymyname, that said, though. And neither player, I mean, Bongo has 800 wood in bank. He's just had these woodworkers working this entire time. Gonna lose a house here. And loses the rest of his army. Oh, a good chunk of it at least there. But yeah, both players going to kind of run out of food. That's in the near future. As berries here are starting to run out. Bongo does have enough wood to put down a barracks. And did I say barracks? I meant a market. He's going to build his TC over here. How's he? What the hell? Okay, spotted that with a meandering villager. Ooh, the scouts though. But yeah, more than enough food to set up maybe market and try and get some farms down. Is that the market? No, it's another archery range. Don't know if you really need another archery range when you're so limited for food, but Bongo just trying to keep the aggression up. And TC being rebuilt by both players here. So this is absolutely... Oh no, that's going to be a whole bunch of villagers down again. Like I said, he just finds those in the middle of the map. It's going to be another 4, probably 3 villagers. I think this one will get away. That's going to be down to 9 villagers, single-digit villagers. And Saymyname 18 military units and villagers to the 10 and 8. Well, yeah, literally double the eco for Saymyname now. And I think this is going to be close to impossible now for Bongo. And that villager actually is going to get caught out there. The last one that was trying to run. Down to 8. Bongo, I guess, just playing it out, woodworking coming in for his leftover bows. Maybe he can use that to take a fight here. Oh, woodworking's already in for Saymyname. I hadn't noticed that. Actually, I think that came in ages ago. I think I remember seeing that in quite a bit earlier. But yeah, Saymyname in full control here. And as the Shank, it's going to be fairly easy for him to get to the point where he can start adding in villagers again. If he feels like he wants to. He might just keep making military units though. Score lead, you can see now, very heavily in favour. Scout's getting a little bit caught up. It's just okay. He's just going to keep hitting the house. It's fairly even numbers wise, but I think the Scout should be able to form a decent meat shield here for his bows. 6 vills. 6 villagers left. I think that's all of them here. Six villagers, 14 army. going to be able to pick off a few bows here. But he's going to need more than that. In fact, this is going to leave him housed. Bongo barely has the eco to even make houses at this point. He's just trying to still make bows if he can. He's running out of wood at this point as well, though. Yeah, like I said, he's housed, so he can't make units anyway. He's going to be almost literally zero of all resources if he makes one more bow. Well, he would be if he could make another bow, I guess. But he, like, again, he's housed, so he can't. And it looks like Saymyname has started adding in a few villages at the TC again. He's housed at the moment. Just going to put down a whole bunch of houses. And, I mean, at least Bongo managed to get that one game back. And the Latvia on Gold Mountain on the last map there. So it wasn't a complete whitewash. But, yeah, 6 villages left. Only just about having enough resources to put houses up. It's made quite a few bows somehow. Military units quite cheap in Age of Empires 1. Saymyname just clearing up all the forward buildings now, though. Again, it feels like Saymyname. Not really. Ooh, he's going to lose a few villages there, actually, though. Well, actually, no way, man. I mean, I mean, Saymyname for some reason isn't garrisoning the villages. There we go. He does finally do it. I was going to say if he just loses all the villages now. Okay, I think there's enough units here for Saymyname. I mean, there's a good number of bows. I don't know where these bows are going. They're kind of just leaving the scouts for dead. I'm not really sure what Saymayname's paying attention to. A little bit of a lifeline thrown. Bongo back up to 10 villagers somehow. Losing a few military units here and there. I'm not really sure what Saymyname is doing. Oh, he's going to lose a few more villagers here. Somehow Bongo is still getting stuff done. He's still down 10 villagers, don't get me wrong. I still should be completely out of this game. But Saymyname is just throwing units away, just trickling units in one by one and just letting them die to the bows. And scouts are here now, though. And I think this should be now the final fight. A little bit of micro just to juke the bowman shots there. Scouts will be able to tank a few of the arrows. Let the bows close in. I think this should be the end now. Or not. We might start just shooting this granary, I guess. Yeah, Bongo trying to do something with what he's got left. Just staying in there. I guess fair play for having the mental fortitude to keep playing on at this point. I think a lot of players would have tapped out. I was going to get the house up to wall. It is open on this side here, though. And now Saymyname knows where Bongo has been hiding, and then GG's is called. Obviously, that was basically won by Saymyname a lot earlier, but congratulations to him as Bongo finally taps out, and it will go 5-1, and Saymyname will be the champion. Good game all round. Well played, Saymyname. Congratulations. Bongo, like I said, fortunately did manage to get one win on the table. I'm not sure about the Assyrians pick here. Like I said, I think if you wanted to play aggro, maybe just the Carthaginians would have been a bit better here. I think it was about, I don't know, like how much. So Saymyname went 19 vils, so 15 plus 20, 35 seconds quicker up for Saymyname. Obviously, Saymyname is the Shang. It's quite easy to do this. But obviously Bongo is kind of in a tough position. Maybe he just wanted to save that Carthaginians pick for a different map, maybe for the inland map. But yeah, just the scout from the stable forward. And Bongo just not really able to get the damage done. This tower here quite nicely positioned from Saymyname, and just finding those extra berries over this side here. And then the scouts just forced a lot of idle time for the villagers hiding away in the TC. And eventually Bongo just kind of got starved for resources. And the villagers went for a bit of a run. Just lost a few, like a couple of villagers just here and there, I should say, and then just nothing left on food. Eventually, just crept further and further ahead. Saymyname did, until the point where obviously we're just hidden in this little corner. Bongo made a little bit of a comeback, if you can call it a comeback. Saymyname losing a few units here and there, but ultimately Bongo just way too far out of the game. But yeah, there we go. So your Clash Contenders Clash, I always say it the wrong way around. Even on the last day I couldn't get the title right. Contenders Clash champion, Saymyname. Congratulations to him. And well done to TakeawayBongo for being the runner-up. He still gets a nice little bit of prize pot here. Did very well to get to the grand final, through going all the way through the losers bracket. And Minietti, of course, he finishes up the prize paying positions in third place. The top 3 players there. And yeah, thank you everyone who's watched the streams, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the tournament. Thank you for all the players that joined in and played along. Like I said, sorry that we couldn't cover all of the losers bracket games. I just didn't have enough time to do them all, but I think we covered most of the main games. And like I said, I hope you guys did enjoy them. And so, I guess at the end of all that's said and done, the Bongo. We'll quit out of that. Yeah, thank you, Popeye, for coming along. And thank you all you guys that came to watch. And I think I need to actually go off and eat food because I'm very hungry. So, again, thank you everyone everyone that's involved, the admin in the background as well, Carver, Jesse, and Unres doing all their work in the background that they've done on their various things. I will see if anyone is streaming. So if there's anyone to pass you over to. It looks like there's nobody online at the moment. I don't know if anyone's going to set up a stream for maybe team games for this evening. I don't know, KT, if you're going to be doing some streaming in a bit. I can send some people over your way, as we've got quite a few viewers here that might want to catch some more Return of Rome action. GG's, GG's. But yeah, Saymyname, just for sure the stronger on the day. Like I said, I'm glad that Bongo did manage to get that one win in there. It's always nice to get one. Thank you, Naz. And yeah, thank you for all the couple of people, Spear and Stewie, for following today as well. I was sort of paying attention more to the game, so I didn't really see the alerts and stuff. And thank you, just mate, for the raid as well. Just seeing if there's anyone that I can pass you guys over, as I'll finish off for the day. Blink's playing DE. I would prefer to send you over to a Return of Rome stream if I can, though. I don't think anyone is streaming at the moment. Actually, I should probably check the Discord. Everyone that'll be streaming is on the Discord. No, it's just me that's streaming at the moment. Okay, I might just send you over to Blink. Go say hi to him. And like I said, thank you one more time for everyone that came over. Actually, you're still streaming, say my name. Maybe I'll send people to you. I'm just reading the chat. I'm quite interested. Okay. Yeah. They only invite, like... I mean... I don't really understand why Red... I mean, I do understand. It's because they get quite a lot of spectators right in the Vietnamese games in their leagues that they play. But it kind of just like feels weird that Red Bull even like kind of even bothers with the Age of Empires 1 at all. But anyway, I think I'm gonna end the stream now. Like I said, I'll send you over to Blink, I think, and then I will call it a day myself. You've come a little bit late for the finals. You can watch the VOD back, although restrictions just spoil it. This result for you. But yeah, thanks you for everyone that's come to the stream. GG's all around. And I'll catch you guys next time.